Hello everyone, it's us again.
Howdy.
So, we didn't record anything during the first weekend after Apex because I just decided to be lazy. I just wanted to kick back a bit. So now we are up to, the top 16 has already been decided actually, but we're gonna take a look back at the top 256 through up to top 32 games. We're not going to watch like a lot of them because obviously like there's way too many games to watch if we just watch like all of them. But I think we're going to watch a decent number of them. And there's been kind of a couple pretty interesting upsets, and those are the ones I tend to want to focus on alongside some maybe more popular streamers or whatnot. And why don't we start here in Group A, because Lukcid Crossli, the champion of last season,
I saw
lost it. Now, I have not watched any matches yet because I've been kind of just kicking back. How about you, Frontier? Have you watched anything yet?
I watched your match live, and I watched Red Brass's live, and I watched a couple of other people's live, but I didn't check out the Sunday, so I didn't see who won the second day of the first weekend.
All right, let's see if we have any time to get to Red Rat's match. So before then, yeah, let's just see. Well, Lukcid Crossli wins this first match. So first ban Rosen, of course. Everybody's first banning Rosen. So this is like lots of debuffs in this box. And Lukcid also has Kruger, Himiko, pretty expected characters. He first picks Hilda, and his opponent actually first picks Florentia. That's kind of interesting. He has no other healers, that's probably why. So his opponent really wanted to have a healer. So it's likely that this is one of those players who's like, you know, I gotta have a healer, I gotta have a tank, or else I don't know what I'm doing. I can certainly relate. I do like the stability of having a tank and a healer. But these days it's getting, that sort of setup is getting weaker and weaker. Although first pick Hilda, of course, is still very strong. I mean, Lukcid's team here looks very dangerous. Well, you watched my match, and you know that Kruger alone is some...
He's wonky, yeah, I saw that all day.
Yeah, like, but his opponent here has double tank. He has Juggler plus Hilda. And he has Florentia, so he might be able to withstand some AoEs. So the big problem I see here is that Lukcid's opponent has Himiko for AoE, but his only other real DPS is Light of Genesis, who is, of course, a single target unit. So his goal here is going to be to try to blow up Hilda or something. Or lock her down with Juggler, but he's not doing that. Instead, he's just jumping in straight ahead with Juggler. So bringing werewolves against Mario can be very, very risky.
Yeah, they just disintegrated.
This is a Cav Juggler, so the defensive stats on it are way worse. Ooh. That's it.
And then like 500 defense too, so...
Yeah, Cav Juggler generally is very, very frail. I'm not really sure what Lukcid's opponent is going for here. It feels like he doesn't really have a win condition. He can try to kill Hilda with Light of Genesis, but it's pretty rough. Ooh.
Oh, trade. That was cool, at least to know.
Yeah, this is pretty much over. Like, yeah, was that a Thorns? I actually didn't look closely enough. Let's check if that was a Thorns.
I don't think it was.
Okay. Bloody Revenge. Thorns.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, and Magical Refraction.
Yeah. And you know, yeah, there's just no way anymore. There's no way for him to win anymore. You know, this is yeah. This is why that anti-Thorns armor is coming soon, and everybody wants it.
Yep.
All right, he is giving up on any of his more tanky options, and he's going for a very rush-heavy kind of strategy now. Estelle is in the box now instead of Hilda, which means he is going straight for a very aggressive strategy. And Estelle is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Enables everybody. The attack buff is a bit weaker, but it's not too bad.
It's the first time I've seen SP Hines be used. Cool.
Okay, SP Hein is actually decently popular. He's one of those like B or A rank sort of characters where he's pretty good. But you can do without him if you want to.
Yeah.
He's also being an SP class, of course. He's a huge resource sink. So if you don't want to waste like all those resources just powering up Hein, it's understandable for a unit that's not that important. So his opponent's gonna go for a Lunar Rush here. Ooh, Tenyo Breeze. So let's take a look. Yeah, that Tenyo Breeze is pretty brutal. Because Kruger, of course, has huge range. And with the Tenyo Breeze, it's just... You can pretty much hit his entire group at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here he comes. Fear the power of the RNG.
Yep. Oh, also, it's gonna hurt.
Well, he didn't get any silences, which is great. Nice for him.
Got two heal blocks.
Yeah, so he just decided to 3C with Licorice, so he could get the... Alright, hopefully this will kill Kruger. Ooh, it actually does not.
Oh, yeah, Kruger is... I've seen him be a little bit tanky.
Kruger, usually his tankiness comes from his shield, right? His Dark Ward ability.
Yeah.
He himself is actually not super bulky. But Luna does have some trouble killing things sometimes. And of course there was all those debuffs. There might have been a damage down debuff in there. And of course Lukcid is a pretty big whale, so...
Yeah.
This could be bad for Estelle, because, yeah.
Yeah, but still, yeah, 28, that's like...
Infantry soldiers versus Estelle. Even with those heavy infantry out front, yeah, she didn't stand a chance.
Okay.
So even though Kruger is gone, yeah, he's having a lot of trouble just taking out these units here. Ooh, now Mario's under guard, so... Okay, he's gonna try to just AoE him. Okay. Mario should be dead next turn. Just need to AoE him.
4 clocks.
Lux had placed Sigma in a pretty good spot there.
Oh, Sigma got a breeze.
I don't think the breeze really matters at this point. He's...
Yeah,
really
no, he can do... He can go snipe somebody.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of... Okay, yeah, that's...
Yeah, see the breeze.
Yeah, the breeze mattered there, yeah. So, yeah, Kruger is not going to be able to take this. It's unfortunate. I think, yeah, if he didn't lose Kruger, then he might have been able to win with some RNG at his side.
Yeah,
Kruger.
he had, like...
Oof, missed another kill there. And Sigma wasn't at full life there either, so that's pretty rough.
can't even kill the first Hilda. That's a sad thing.
I mean, Hilda is just so tanky. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
This is why people pick Hilda first. I mean, Hilda is just a pretty crazy tank. Even aside from her tankiness, she just has a lot more going for her. You know, it's the anti-push aura or the anti-displacement aura. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he transformed her probably to get the cooldown back up. In the hopes that maybe just the AoE alone would kill Sigma, but Sigma was on a defensive tile, and of course Licorice was on not in damage mode, so
Yeah.
couldn't finish off that Sigma. Yeah.
Dang.
Okay, so all right, so here we got Lukcid getting knocked out very early.
Yeah, this is
by a player that I don't believe I recognize this player. Yeah, this is like a very new player. Wow.
Dang.
And got all the way to top 32. And this is like, oh, this is his first playoffs. Damn. That's a really good job on this player. Let's see what he did here. It's either a new player or it's like an old account that got like that just started doing Apex or something.
Yeah.
It's possible it's being played by a very experienced player. It's hard to know. So Liana is gone. So Lukcid actually first picks Florentia.
Oh, do this piece.
Pretty disjointed team on Lukcid's side here, but this Siul's team is, we got 3 mythical characters. Not that Bernhard matters, I guess, because Bernhard always buffs himself. He also has Ares and Light of Justice. The Light of Justice, of course, is always scary. Don't put people around.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lukcid hanging back. So Lukcid's probably hanging back so he can give himself some time to set up here.
He's also taking the dancing as well.
And of course, acting again twice on, or acting twice with Light of Genesis allows him to burn down that Kruger tag.
Yeah, he should have done it on somebody else. They could have done it like Bernhardt.
Well, that wouldn't have been a problem if Lukcid decided to play very aggressively instead. But instead now, he can kind of just sit back and wait until those debuffs are gone. So that Kruger doesn't have his talents at max power.
Mm.
Sigma's coming closer though. Alright. Alright. Ooh. No Twilight Star on Sigma, but still killed that Ares through his last rites. I'm assuming it's last rites anyway.
Well, that's the Sigma gone.
Well, it's I mean, Sigma is very often played as just like a straight up trading character.
Yeah.
So he did his job. Ooh, Tenniel Breeze.
Yep.
So Lukcid just goes in. Oh, No Twilight Star. Oh, that kills the Kruger anyway.
Yeah.
What kind of Bernhard is this? Is this a... Not Sword Dance, so... Alright.
It might be a, what was the sword? The AoE sword? Balance Blade?
Balance Blade, yeah.
It could be Balance Blade.
Okay, so... Ooh. So here's Ultimiller showing his stuff.
Yep.
So he's going to be able to attack. Ooh.
Oh, barely, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Dang. Maybe I think we're the first life now. Yep.
That miskill on Oleus is pretty rip.
Yeah. If he was able to get him, then he would have died there.
Yeah, I think if he had killed the first Oleus life with Ultimiller, the Juggler Jump might have finished him off. Like a sudden strike. Oh, one attack. Why did they? Oh, it's a faction buff juggler, I see.
Yeah.
So I don't think Lukcid really has, there's not much Lukcid can do anymore.
Yeah.
That Oleus probably has a gift of eternal life, so...
Ooh. Overlord badge on that one, I think. Because, yeah, both didn't happen.
This is probably just going to be a slow death for Lukcid here. He can't really...
Yeah, I think you can just skip it now.
There's not a whole lot he can do here, unfortunately. Ooh, Florentine died. Yeah, so...
Yeah, that was the lost condition. Okay.
Yeah, I think if Florentine didn't die, maybe he was just trying to stall out the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lukcid brings in Omega.
Omega? Oh, yeah, I just did. Well, okay.
Alright, let's see some Omega Lol.
Yeah, when he brings them, we're going to see some Omega Lol, maybe? I mean, I would have to assume yes, because we saw him winning one match, and this has to be it. So let's see the Mega Lol.
So the Omega Lol doesn't have a buff other than, I'm assuming that Florentia has a mass attack. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is a pretty standard setup. Single target setup. So now one. Juggler to try to lock down Hilda, I guess. But Hilda is always such a big problem for any single target team. I mean, she has something for against all of them, right? Because if you try to lock her down, she has Ram, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like single target teams just have a lot of trouble with Hilda. It's not impossible to kill her, it's just that usually it's a lot easier to just ban her.
Yeah.
Alright, last attack comes out. Rush. Okay, that's getting ready. So Lukcid actually allowed Siul to move Oldius out of the way. Probably because he didn't want to risk attacking the Oldius.
Yeah.
He probably wasn't sure if the Oldius was wearing fixed immune or not. He does have Shinobi, but if it's fixed immune, then he will miss the kill.
Oh, another rush.
Yeah, he's just keeping the pressure up by giving Omega extra movement every turn.
Pushing him back even more.
Yeah, this clocking Oldius push is actually can sometimes win you a game by just trapping somebody behind. Trapping someone in the fog. If your opponent has a bunch of cows or something, you can just push them into the fog and then they can't get back out. So Lux is just taking his time, inching closer, and then Omega Roll can do his thing. Interesting. More attack. I'm gonna assume that what happened there is that the Siul ran out of time, and that was an auto move.
Yeah, because it's considered the wizard class. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was any reason for him to do that move, but like that is definitely something the auto would do. Yeah, so Siul's kind of cornered here. He can't really do anything. Hilda. How is Siul gonna kill Hilda here, really? Alright, so unlocking. Okay, so Omega's actually dead. So.
Oh, no Omega lol, dang. All that set up for nothing.
Yeah, so he does have Ram on Hilda, but because he jumped him into a spot where Hilda couldn't push him away, so it's pretty good. He's gonna try to kill Elwyn here. Oof. Ooh. That 10-year robe gave him that was like a damage down or something. Yeah.
Dang.
That's rough. Yeah, so. Okay, the Oldius comes in and actually finishes off Florentia. So the Beast Shock on trying to kill Oldius doesn't work. Hilda rams Juggler away, so now I think Lukcid can just take his time and roll in. Because he's got a healer plus Hilda. Siul doesn't really have any way to kill Hilda. It's going to take forever for Juggler stuff to come back up. And eventually, Juggler's going to lose Magic Guard, so he can attack who he likes with Oldius. Okay, Sophia should do that next turn.
Yeah.
Just normal attack from Siul. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siul used that jumpler lockdown pretty well, but fortunately didn't quite do enough. So it's final battle. So Lukcid boots out Omega Lol, goes for a more single target sort of strategy here. Not completely, but he does have Elwyn and Sigma back in and Illustrial. Illustrial makes sense. This is a very good map for Illustrial.
Yeah.
First pick Florentia. Okay, so Lukcid going for like a very safe sort of strategy here. You got 2 tanks with Hilda against an Elwyn, who's probably gonna have some trouble there. Bernhardt, however, can kill Hilda. Lukcid turns into Lancer Hilda as well, so. Interesting. Mass Protect. So that's a pretty good choice on Seal's part. He brought Mass Protect on Licorice to protect him from Sword Dance. Of course, Himiko can just steal that.
Yeah, but the yoink.
Depends on how lucky / unlucky. Let's see if anybody got there. So somebody lost their heal blocking Andy. Bernhardt lost it. Lukcid probably is waiting for a moment to jump in with Sword Dance and then try to finish him off with all the AoEs.
Okay, Juggler's doing his thing. I like how camera keeps trying to go back to Elwyn, and then the game's like, no.
Yeah, it's one of those weird. It's one of those things that has to do with like deploy order. So
yeah,
the game's camera gets confused.
Yep. Okay. Balance blade. Bernhardt. Thought so. I mean, did pretty good junk.
Himiko might actually die. Let's see the damage on.
Oh, and a clock too.
So it's looking pretty bad for Lukcid here. Ooh. Burnout holding on there, but I don't think he's gonna survive the turn.
And Himiko also barely surviving. And dang, the licorice guy almost fully healed from the juggler's talent.
Well, next turn, Siul's gonna lead off with an AoE here, and that's probably gonna get killed. Once Himiko.
Somebody, yeah.
Probably gonna kill Himiko and Bernhardt. Let's see. Ooh, Bernhardt's gone. Oh, Himiko survived.
That's weird that Himiko didn't die. Bernhardt did.
Yeah, Bernhardt was at way lower HP, I think. But even so, like even with Himiko surviving, like Lukcid's, I don't feel like Lukcid really has much of a win condition anymore.
Yeah, the juggler is just every AoE he dishes out, the juggler just can go whoop.
So the goal was, of course, to try to sword dance and then follow up with like juggler and Himiko probably to kill somebody. But,
yeah,
Ceil made a really good choice in Mass Protect here. And, Licorice is only going to get better when she gets her exclusive. She's going to become a very good AoE healer. So yeah,
nice.
Just an early showcase for everyone, just how flexible Licorice can be. Still pretty good.
Ooh. 500 HP.
Fjarlar almost killed himself there. So I don't think there's a whole lot else to see anymore.
Yeah, it's no win condition. It's just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Till eventually the box is going to cave in and somebody's going to die. There you go. Dang.
Yeah, good job,
Good
Siul.
job. Yeah, Siul. I guess we watched how Siul loses now.
I think I'm okay with that. We got so many other games to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. We can turn that into another video.
Yeah, if people want to see it, maybe you can like. If you guys have like any suggestions for videos for like matches for us to watch or anything, feel free to tell us.
I watched Nitro win his thing, but then he lost the next one.
Yeah, so Nitro won against Campanella, 2 wins, and then lost twice against Snowman. Okay, well let's skip over that for now. I'm sure Nitro is covering his own game.
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to see this. So MyArrowIsBack beats YOASOBI here twice in a row, actually. So YOASOBI, of course, is Erwin Liano, who is a very good player. Just want to take a look at how he gets knocked out pretty early on.
Super early on. A lot of upsets already.
Yeah, decent amount of upsets this time.
I mean, yeah, that's good. Now we have new people that we can see in the mire.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of players that people usually associate with like the top 16 that did not make it this time. So okay, both sides use Helena.
I wonder why.
Yeah, Helena. I mean, Helena's pretty OP. Let's see here. I think I actually like Erwin's team a little bit better here, but we'll see what happens. Oh, it's a Cav Juggler. Okay. Cav Juggler is becoming more popular than it used to be. A lot of people have kind of accepted that Juggler kind of sucks at tanking, so they're just kind of like, whatever. Just make him walk far.
Just make him walk for it and attack.
Yeah. I mean, he can still be pretty tanky on his aquatic class, but the movement on the Cav class can be pretty great. Especially since he ignores terrain, right? Like, he can he can just zoop across the map. And Cav Juggler doesn't get hurt as bad by Oldlandius because he has more movement, so he can at least walk a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyway, that's a misplay.
Ouch.
That's either a misplay or he just wanted to bait in the Helena to kill her. It's an interesting spot. Oh.
Yeah. What's Helen gonna do? Oh, yes, this.
Okay.
Oh, oh no, that was the Helena to destroy the Helena. Whoa. I used the Helena to destroy the Helena.
Yes.
Yes. You have the thumbnail for the video now.
That's done. Alright, so Erwin still has his tank.
Yeah, he does.
And he has Helena. So okay, so
He still has the tank and Helena. Oh, sorry. No, Helena. For some reason, I remember I was confusing Helena with Hilda. Yeah, it does.
So Illustrial might actually just take out. Ooh, that was a really bad spot for Helena to get teleported.
Yeah,
that's kind of bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so she got teleported off her terrain. So. So yeah, that burnt. Ooh, wow. Okay. What was that? Okay.
He was on the defense tile and had like 1,000 defense. Like, whoa.
There was no defensive tile there, but ultimately was probably gonna finish him off here.
Yeah.
All right. R.I.P. in peace.
Yeah, there it is. Now, Leanna has the Shrine Maidens at 100% HP.
I mean, okay, failed kill. I mean, that's just insult to injury. Yeah, there's. Yeah. Even if he had killed Illustrial there, I don't think there's really any way.
Yeah.
Hilda's tanky, but she can't handle this by herself. That teleport on Helena was pretty.
Yeah, that was just bad, aren't she?
That was pretty rip. All right.
Yep.
Okay, Layden getting pulled out.
Ooh.
Okay, Hilda banned. Ooh, he had the opportunity to pick Rosen, but he didn't take it. Oh, he still has the opportunity to pick Rosen.
He still has a okay. There she is.
So Urban Liana is a very aggressive player, so I guess he just doesn't like
healers.
Yeah, but MyArrowIsBack just decided to leave Rosen all the way until the 4th pick, so he took it.
Yeah.
However,
it says you right. I didn't even know that. Yeah.
But he does have Hilda here, and YOASOBI is using two sort of AoE characters, so he can try to kill. Maybe try to kill Ultimuller. Old Landius is not going to do a whole lot other than AoE damage because of Hilda. And that's really the problem with Hilda, right? Hilda just does so much just by herself. Right now on the Chinese server, Christiane is actually not super popular, believe it or not. Even though Christiane is very good, most people still stick to Hilda.
Yeah.
Maybe I think the other tank that's popular is actually Juggler again, because Juggler, he's sort of a tank, but like even if you don't play him as a tank, he can do a lot of other stuff. Christiane's problem is that she just sort of sits there. She's very tanky, but she doesn't really do a whole lot other than that, and she doesn't have the same her support kit isn't as OP as Hilda's is. Hilda's prevent you from getting pushed around, prevent herself from getting Moby down. It's just really overpowered. Alright. So YOASOBI has, of course, AoE characters, but I don't know what that's really going to do against a Rosen team. He's just burning all his AoEs immediately. Well, this push is not going to do anything. So, okay, he wasn't trying to push there, he was actually just trying to get the fire train to hit Diana. Yeah, 2 healers, one of them being Rosen. Like, I just don't know what. I don't know what he can really do here. Because teleport gets used up. Oof. Missed the kill. That's unfortunate. I might be able to kill the first life though. Yep. Problem is that now Orgamiana's completely out of skills. His juggler especially, of course. MyArrowIsBack and just wait until Juggler's guard is down, and then use Ultimiller to pull everyone in, kill somebody. Oh wow. All right. Yeah, doesn't look good for Liana here. Don't think there's a whole lot more to see here. It's gonna go very slowly. Ooh, so Ultimate actually manages to kill Juggler here. Juggler was out of water, so that made sense. Not much else left here. They're still hanging on in there. Yeah, I think that was sort of a pick ban issue because he let his opponent have all those healers when he was playing a more AoE focused sort of team. So it didn't really help him a whole lot. Alright, in Group D, Ceui actually made it. Top 16. This is pretty expected out of the players here. Or at the very least, Ceui was definitely one of the favorite players in this bracket. But one thing that did surprise me is how far Z808 made it, and he made it all the way to this match with Ceui. Yeah, Z808 doing really, really good here. So let's see how he does against Ceui. He did won pretty consistently in his matches before this, so let's see how he does here. Let's see how he matches up against Ceui. Ooh, and he does bring Betty. He is one of the most well-known Betty players, and he actually first picks Betty. All right, that's
Ooh, dang, nice. Okay.
that is a move. All right, let's see how this goes.
Okay.
This is interesting. Okay, so he has two tanks, Liana and Betty with Bolzo. So Helena is probably going to have a hard time killing anybody. But he is facing against Bernhard, who can sword dance, and then he can follow up with Himiko. But of course, Z808's secret weapon here is Betty. Oh, look at that. Highland Warriors on Helena. And it was actually a really bad choice on Ceui's part because he's running against a Cavlandius and a Hilda who brought royal calves out front. So since Ceui got to get Rosenseal, the Betty's 3C isn't going to do a whole lot to Ceui's team, nor is her random debuffs for the Matralon, so let's see how this goes. Now Z808 often, like Z808 team here does look like the type of team that wants to take the middle and just stall the game.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. Okay, so AoE attack on. So we actually got Shadow Raid on Funko in the hopes that he could have killed someone.
Yeah.
But couldn't quite do it. Ooh, B-Shock on Liana. That is probably gonna kill her.
Dang.
It might have been a misplay on the AOA's part there. Doesn't look that good for ZOA here because of the Rosen. I'm really surprised that he left Rosen out because Betty plus Bozo. I mean, I guess the plan was to maybe overwhelm Rosen. That is something you can do. Without a healer, the 2 tanks might just die eventually. Not much he could have done there.
Dang, okay, that's one.
Okay, so he brings in Liana because... okay, so this time Zito actually first bans Rosen, so... So he goes for Omega Lol. First pick, Listel. Oh, so Betty actually gets banned. Okay.
Wow. Huh.
I'm kind of interested in why Ceui banned Betty there. He picked 2 assassins. So I don't think that's really. You don't need to be too scared of Betty in that case. I feel like. He does have Landius, who can protect against these assassins. Depends on how much skill he has on his units here. I did not check, but let's see if ZAOA built skill at all. So this is okay. So he did not bring Knowing Strike on Omega. So 531. Yep. So ZAOA has not built skill on any of his units. So Omega's probably gonna have a pretty easy time taking out a lot of these units. That breeze, there's really nowhere to hide. Yeah. Because Omega can run on water, so he thinks the Leviathan, so he has his pick of who he wants to kill here. It's going to be Bozo. So he didn't really have any choice of but to pull in Hilda here, because otherwise I don't think he would have had enough units to attack. Oof, that's rough. Yeah, no coming back from there, unfortunately. I don't think this is actually even gonna kill Hilda here. Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it's this Omega low. Still doing work. Well, let's move to Group E. So the main match I want to take a look at here is actually Concede versus Zelda. So this is a pretty interesting matchup because Zelda versus Hazuchio, who is playing Concede, this is the same matchup as the final match in Season 2. Of course, back then, Hazuchio was actually playing another account. But they get to have a rematch this time. And they both pick Kaira first. So this is, of course, the top 32 game. So Kaira and Rio are both out. Last pick Rosen. Okay. I guess there's really not a whole lot of debuffs to worry about here. Himiko is here, but... So Zelda actually opted to ban Kruger plus Sissy White over banning Rose and Siul, even though he picked Himiko here. It's kind of interesting. Let's see how this goes. Okay, it's a Holy Kaira on both sides. So Holy Kaira is something you see occasionally. It's a very specific build. The big advantage of Holy Kaira is that she has a heart bond that increases her critical hit rate, and Kaira's critical hit rate can be kind of shaky. So if you want a very reliable crit hit rate, then using Holy Kaira is one way to get that.
Okay. This is the one that I wanted to watch. Oh, has he had the Helena skin? I didn't see that till now.
Yeah, Concede is a whale account as far as I know.
Yeah.
Hazuchio himself, Hazuchio used to have an account. I mean, it's
still... Karu versus Karu and the Karu won.
Yeah. Kaira kills Kaira. It's because partly because she can't counter herself because her skills are 3 range, up to 4 range if you use the range staff. So oh, enough filling to kill Helena here. Ooh. Finished her off with that with the AoE.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and got the hell out of there.
Kyra can follow up though. Alright, so we got one tanking mode. Oh, look at that.
Wow, dang. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay.
Bruno took like no damage there. Alright. So, Kyra first ban. Alright, let's see who the first ban here is. Okay, Rosen. So, okay, Zelda takes out Landius, Omega, and Elwyn. So he's playing like super debuff focus here. That's why he first banned Rosen. Azuchio puts in Towa. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's see. So, obviously... Oh, first pick Towa. This I want to see this. What's Azuchio going for here? I'm very curious. Okay. So are we going to see the breeze skill from Sissy White here?
Okay, cool.
She does have a skill that increases movement, but I don't know if Concede is actually going to bring that. He did not. He brought the 3C plus heal and
Target business, yeah.
Ooh, faction buff Ares. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Full guidance. Okay. Zelda's got some pretty strong AoE characters here, so let's see. Alright, so. Sissy White summons the Lancer for a free tank. Zelda brought all AoEs though. He did not bring a single target on Ares, so. One thing you will notice here, though, is that Zelda has no faction buff on a number of his units, and Towa can pierce guard if you don't have a faction buff. So here comes Towa, going straight forward.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Look at that. Oh, Towa survives. Towa tankier than Landius. Oh, okay. It's a Rupture killed her. Okay. Ooh, just normal attack. Yeah, Zelda underestimating Towa there.
Yeah.
It's a good play. Wow, this is over. That was over very quickly. Damn. Yeah, wow, that was really impressive. I did not expect a first pick Towa to go that way. That's sometimes sometimes the top players they still surprise you with some like out of left field decisions like that. All right, hello everyone. I'm back after taking a short break. Frontier had to go to bed because he was very sleepy. But let's try to finish off some of these games that I wanted to watch from the first 2 weeks of this season of playoffs. So, this game I want to watch right here is Testarossa versus Eggteng. Now, Eggteng, of course, often makes it into top 16. He's usually one of the best players on Global. Testarossa, I believe, has actually never made it into top 16 before, so let's see how he does it this time. Ooh, first ban Omega. It's a good choice if you are someone who doesn't invest into skill. So Eggteng actually has Close It in the box. It's an interesting choice. I used Close It a little bit this season. She is pretty good at healing. And she can sort of counter debuff enemies, debuff units sometimes, because she has a very unique ability to heal past heal block with her 3C. And of course, Aurora Ring is always very powerful. So, being that this is the second weekend of the playoffs, Kyura is already around. And let's see how many stars this Kyura is. So this is not a 6-star Kyura. Looks like a 5-star Kyura. So I immediately spot an issue with Eggteng's setup here, is that he only really has one strong DPS here, and that's Kyura. So what Eggteng needs to do here is to use Kyura to take out probably Mariel first. The issue is that Testarossa has Redeemers on Mariel. Okay. Now normally that would be a very odd decision, but since Testarossa has no actual healer on his side, it makes sense to try to chip down Hilda a little bit. He's going to try to take out Mariel here. Oof. Actually does not kill Mariel. So Mariel is both on the defensive tile and she has Redeemers. Kyura did actually score a critical hit, so that wasn't the issue. If Testarossa manages to get Mariel in range and kill Kyura with her, that should end the match pretty much, I feel like. Eggteng can try to chip away slowly using Old Lambius, but I don't think that would work. Testarossa is actually just using Mariel as a healer for now. Ooh, Defender of the People, that's a huge rip. So not only did Mariel activate the Defender armor, but because of Hilda, Kyura did not score a critical hit. Now, not scoring a critical hit is actually very fatal for Kyura. She loses a great deal of the damage she deals. So you miss a lot of kills with Kyura if you don't get the crit. Testarossa still using Mariel as basically just a healer. Ooh, that Tail Breeze on Mario could be rough on Eggteng here. A lot of defender armors going off for Testarossa here. The Crystal Motor self-heal is actually also being very helpful to Testarossa, helping her keep the HP up. Testarossa still not attacking with Mario, surprisingly. Testarossa is just playing very carefully here. Probably knows that he can try to outlast Eggteng here because he's already taken all of the middle tiles. Pretty much all of it anyway. Alright, this might be a kill on Landius. Oh, that's surprising. Ah, it's because Dark Guard's on Bernhardt instead of Werewolves, like you often see on him. Oof, Kaira just failing kills all over the place here. Oh, another defender of the people. So that was some pretty bad RNG for Eggteng. Although, I think even without that, some of that RNG, Eggteng might have still been in trouble. Testarossa goes for the first pick, Conroe this time. Lots of Empire characters being picked. Hilda doesn't get banned until very, very late once you pick ban here. Alright. So close it again. Testarossa really likes those Dark Guards on Bernhardt, I guess. Oof, that's rough. So that was a misplay on Eggteng's part. Testarossa just rushed forward using Florentia along with Kaira with a range increasing staff. So yeah, that's definitely something to be careful of. If you allow your opponent to have one of those long-range strikers alongside a movement booster like Florentia, you need to be aware to try not to deploy people on the front row like that. Alright. Yura is taken care of by Mario here. So Eggteng's already lost both his DPS, basically. This Bernhardt's going to have a class advantage against this tank Bernhardt with Lancer Soldiers as on defense. Oof, actually, one shot's closer there. Bernhardt actually did some pretty impressive damage against Juggler there. Oof. Fortunately, he took too much damage in return. Yeah, just a couple of pick ban mistakes and a couple key misplays by Eggteng. So good job, Testarossa, reaching top 16 for the first time. So let's check out one of the other upsets. And that is probably over here, Gillard Ingram, making it to top 16, I believe, for the first time as well. Gillard Ingram, of course, is another one of the players that really enjoys using Betty. And indeed, this is the first time he's made it to top 16, so good job. And I think the most notable win here is against coomdoggy here on his coomdoggy account. Looks like a pretty hard-fought win, so let's check it out. So, let's see here. Gillard Ingram actually did not bring in Betty this time. Instead, you have Albedo here and a Lucio. Very interesting. So, this is a 3-tank box. Alright, so he's got both Bozol and Licorice. Debuffs. Coomdoggy only has Liana to heal. Check one thing. I'm not sure what accessory this is. It's white skill, but the HP seems kind of low. It's still possible this is Blood Pact, but that's kind of low HP for Blood Pact. But we'll see. So, and Angelina being brought in by coomdoggy here. You don't see Angelina very often anymore, but she can still be pretty scary. Especially if you play tank push and you don't pick Hilda early. You know, she still has the ability to push people around, act again, kill somebody who gets pushed out of the way. Alright, here comes Elwyn. He's going to try to take out Bozol here. Just going straight for a kill. Mario. Mario should be dead here because of the debuff. I don't feel like there's any win condition for Gillard Ingram anymore, but we'll see if we can turn this around somehow. If he manages to get a bunch of clocks, then maybe he can still win. Okay. Okay, Gillard Ingram takes out Lucia. Coomdoggy putting in that Shelf and Heal of his. I don't know if he's still using that Steel Enchant Shelf and Heal. It's a pretty interesting choice. Very good for slow games. So again, Gillard Ingram going for a debuff heavy strategy this time. Once again. Alright. Gillard Ingram did lose a lot of advantage in that last match by losing Bozel very carelessly. He'll probably be more careful this time. Coomdoggy does have a Liana as his healer, and he does also his juggler. But oftentimes that is not quite enough to stop the debuff spam. heal block on Liliana might be bad for Moondog here. Ooh, and took damage from the poison. Nottingham decides to stay back a bit instead of being aggressive with the AoEs. Right, so Albedo's locked down now, so this is a bit of trouble for him. Okay, so he did bring sleep on Bolzel. That's a good choice. Let's see how he rolled. So unfortunately, B-Shock is still there, despite the dispel. So here comes Elwyn. Oh yeah, he's gonna eat up somebody now. Ooh, Bolzel actually survives. Oh, and Albedo manages to finish off Juggler there. So, part of the reason Bolzel survived here is because this is a bad choice of terrain. Unicorn is doing magic damage onto sorceresses. Very, very little damage. Ooh, Barnhart gets himself killed. So you gotta be careful with those Albedo counters. They're still pretty scary. So, Moondoggy taking out some of his AoE characters, placing different AoE characters. And Omega's back in, so... So Moondoggy went for a first pick assassin here, since the other Ingram went with a tank as his first pick. Ooh, and he allowed Dillard Ingram to get Kruger alongside the other two Dark Faction buffers. So this is like a really strong Dark Faction team going on here. Okay. Moondoggy can try to snipe someone with the Andromeda, maybe. Lancer troops on the Bolzel and Kruger, so they are possibly safe from dying to Helena. Which is very useful because, of course, Helena has a lot of map control. Allows Gillard Ingram to place his Bolzel and Kruger into positions outside of Albedo. Outside Albedo's guard and maybe stay safe from Helena. Alright, so Moondoggy might be ignoring that. Okay, so he just ran forward to put down some terrain first. Holy Class eats a lot of the werewolves. Doesn't do a whole lot to Zerda because Zerda is immune to debuffs right now. Right, attempts to take out Kruger and unfortunately misses the kill here. That is definitely a problem with Angelina. She does have some problems with kill power. Oh wow, Zerda actually fails a kill here. Wasn't even close. Let's take a look at what happened there. Okay, so actually Moondoggy made a huge mistake here. So this is a Crystal Dagger, Zerda looks like. But for some reason, he decided to go for a melee attack. It's possible he was so used to playing with Extreme Magic Bow, Zerda, that he decided to go for a melee attack, but that's obviously not going to work with a Crystal Dagger, Zerda. That was one of the big reasons that really didn't do much. Wow, look at that. Did almost no damage. Stone Colossus at low HP, just very, very tanky. And Helena, of course... well, Angels, first off, Angels are not a good damage troop at all. And then Helena didn't really do much beyond that. Alright, so a couple misplays there. Forgetting how certain pieces of equipment work. And that first match was a bit of so yeah, good job, Gillard Ingram. First time you made it to top 16. Let's see how you do. Alright. Group K. I don't think it's really that surprising that Zansin won. I do think that Zansin is probably the favored player to be winning this whole thing. There are a lot of other good players, of course, but we'll see. So Zansin versus Autorun was one of the first matches that happened. Knocking out Autorun early on in the playoffs is pretty significant. Autorun, of course, is one of the best players on Lovell as well. Let's see how these two match off against each other. So, of course, first ban Rosen. Most people are doing this. First ban Hilda and Rosen are the two most common first bans. Right, faction buff, Altamiller. Alright, so Zansin is spreading out here so that Bozol can't hit that many targets. Alright, Bolzer closing in with that rush from Florentia. But Zanshin's still placing his units apart, so Bolzer's going to have a hard time finding a target. Alright, so Zanshin's going to move in with Ultimate right here. So Weakening Juggler with Helena here so that Ultimate can maybe come in and finish Juggler off. Ah, that's a good move. Ooh, but he did not move again. What happened here? Okay, I see. That was actually on purpose. He just ended turn with Ultimiller instead of attacking because I guess he didn't want to lose last rights, probably. I'm not entirely sure what caused Ultimiller to be unable to act again there. Regardless, Light of Genesis comes in. Thanks to Ultimiller's pull away, Light of Genesis can take out Juggler without much problem. Full HP Florentia, pretty good at tanking. Her soldiers will have very high stats. She, of course, has holy soldiers, which have damage reduction. Alright, Autorun finally gets to cast his black hole. Alright, Hild is going to try to finish off Warranty here. Ooh, does it? Says that. Oh, no, really not doing a whole lot to Hilda here. So this is probably going to end up being a turn stall out match, but Zansin is clearly ahead of damage, so that's his edge here. No way to catch back up, so Autorun ditching a lot of the debuff characters here for a single target. So Autorun goes for a ban tank strategy, got rid of Hilda and Juggler, so now Zansin has to try to use Bernhardt to tank, most likely. See how that goes. Ooh, actually did not bring a guard skill on Bernhardt, so Zansin is gonna try to go for big AoEs, try to finish this quickly. He did ban the majority of Autorun's long reach characters, so this works pretty well with the team he has, which is has no tank, but also does not really have high movement. Ultimiller is probably the biggest concern here. But Ultimiller's reach isn't that far, so it's not that big a deal. Ooh, somebody's about to come in.
longer one. So I'll start with a sword dance here. Not quite. Okay, Zansin might go for the sword dance now. Alright, green locked in place. Water doesn't do anything. Right. No tank is going to be a problem for Zansin here. Ooh, but Autorun actually fails to kill Bozo. Hopefully the follow-up kills him. Shotgun green. It's just a slap fight right now. Alright, here comes the termination slash, finally. Ooh. Curse of Wounding on the Florentia. 1 o'clock. It's not good. Zansin actually just lets Bernhard die there. So he gets a action buff out. Right. It's impressive here. Oof, Juggler actually kills Florentia. Oof. Clock and a Curse Wounded. pretty rough for Autorun here. So Reen's still bringing all the RNG annoyance. Arc Slash. Nope. So Rosenseal with Sorceress is actually doing enough damage to finish off Hilda here. So earlier, Bernhardt was buff blocked, it looks like. Yeah, so that's a mistake on everyone's part. Although I don't think it really matters at this point. Yeah. I'll do it. So let's take a look at one of the last matches I want to see here. That's Tomato versus Zansin. Now, I gotta say that Tomato making it this far is very impressive. Tomato is, I've said before, one of the low-budget players in this game. I'm not sure if he's still free to play, but he is a player that does not spend, almost spends no money on the game, and still makes it to top 32. Mashes off against Zansin and even wins against him once, so let's see how he does that. Although Tomato is playing very, very meta characters. Zansin brings in Listel. We don't see her very often anymore, but her 3C just came out, and it's a pretty good 3C. And in this particular case, it doesn't look like Tomato has anything that can threaten Listel too badly. Although Mario, of course, could probably just kill Listel. Ooh. Ooh, missed the crit, so Zansin's Chimera failed to kill. Blood Dance is pretty good nowadays because so many tanks just go with Blood Pack now, so Blood Dance can be a pretty good threat on an enemy's tank again. Ooh, Nash is actually just going to use Kaira to finish off Hilda here. Tomato going pretty hardcore here with all these swap-ins. So going with quite a few assassin-style characters. Proceeds to think none of them, so Zansin now bought Alestro. This is one of Alestro's better maps, so might be tough for Tomato. Taken out by the classic Juggler teleport move. Just dead. Kaira's AoE, anti-AoE ability doing some work there. But basically, that Ares jumping actually did practically nothing. Oh, heal block on Kaira though, from Glitch's 3C. Ares is dead now. Tomato. Tomato's actually rolling off Zansin in the fog here. Ooh, Kyra actually kills herself on the crystal molars. Right. So Tomato pushed forward to kind of trap Zansin in the fog. Alright. Ooh. He's giving Kruger and Himiko to Zansin, so, and he has a Light of Genesis to teleport people around, so he has no healers on his own side. Well, he does have Mario, and he has Licorice, but it's still pretty rough. So laying down some AoE damage with Juggler, it looks like. Looks like Tomato's being a little bit impatient with all these AoEs. He does have the AoEs to kill a lot of these units, but he's jumping in a little bit too early, I feel like. Although I guess he doesn't really have much choice because he's facing out against Kruger, who has a lot of range, of course. Oof. That's brutal. So yeah, kind of a failed AoE rush there. Tomato kind of got pressured too much by the long range units that Zansin had. Regardless, good job, Tomato. You made it really far. Put up a good fight against Zansin. So I guess the last game we can look at are the games I played against Cecil. I lost twice against Cecil, and I think, really, I think I need to make some reassessment of my box. Honestly, like, just a slow game, slow push like the way I play it just doesn't seem to work anymore. At least not for the moment. When Liana's 3 cost comes out, maybe it will help me out a little bit. This kind of playstyle, but I'm probably going to need to reevaluate my box for Season 8 at the very least. Although, like, I tend to do okay in ladder, and way worse in playoffs, probably because in ladder people aren't really prepared to deal with really off-meta boxes like mine tends to be. But, so right here, I think my biggest problem here is that I was playing way too defensively. I probably should have brought Mass Protect on Liana. If I wanted to, I probably could have sent Ellen forward, killed somebody. I could have just acted again this first turn and just sent him forward immediately and killed somebody, but I decided to play more conservatively, and that was probably a bad idea in this case. So Rosalia puts down her sword. Rosalia is actually a huge problem for me. Like, I don't see Rosalia super often, but she's usually a pretty big pain for me because she just increases everybody's stats, and I need my tank to stay alive. Obviously, the sword is very, very annoying to me. So ultimately here, of course, is gonna take out Layden without much problem. So here comes Kruger doing his thing. And the big problem here is that I got heal blocked on Almeida. I probably should have moved Almeida here first, but I wanted to heal her back up. That was probably a mistake. That was on my part. And I figured I wanted to get rid of a lot of these debuffs. I think the fact that I can have a Juggler plus 2 healers and Kruger alone is still pressuring me this bad is a pretty good indication of just how bad like healing type strategies are nowadays. Now, granted, I think I did misplay quite badly here. I probably should have healed with Almeida first, but I kind of figured that Almeida should have been able to take a couple AoEs, but she could not. But Kruger especially is pretty bullshit. Like, the fact that Kruger alone could put this much pressure on a team with so many healers is just... I think that kind of sums up the whole thing right there. And of course Liana is healed block now, so... I was gambling on the Sky Archer. I was gambling on the Sky Archer being able to Gale so that I would be able to dispel Liana, but it didn't happen. Nothing else I can do here. I think one thing you can notice about Cecil's box is that everything he has is single target, or almost everything he has is single target, except for one big debuff character, and that's Kruger. And the fact that my box is largely designed to try to fight against those sorts of debuff boxes, the fact that he only has one debuff character and I still have to spend my time banning that guy just because of how threatening he is, kind of sums up how bad boxes like mine are today. It just doesn't work that well anymore. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm using some pretty mean characters like Matthew here. So I get a full glory team here, but it's not going to help me very much. So the big problem I had here was just that Layden is not a very good tank anymore. I mean, he can survive things pretty well at 100% life. But in order to use him to his full power, you need to play him somewhat aggressively. And if I don't have Siul, his Redeemers are pretty easily disabled. So you have things like Rosalia's 3C, which can just like, Leia's HP is too low here, and he's just gonna get killed. So at the very least, Matthew manages to kill one life. He's usually so bad for me, so I applaud him for being able to kill Hilda without any soldiers in front of her. Sometimes he fails at even that, but hey, you gotta give him credit when he does a little bit of work. Clotaire here, disabling my revives, but I bring Almeida in. Try to remove that debuff. So I finally managed to take out Hilda here, and I mean, this is really a problem with trying to play with single target focus boxes that don't really have any assassins like my box, because I wasted way too many attacks trying to kill Hilda, and now I'm just kind of stuck. I have to fight. There's too many things left over for me to fight, and Yulia's not going to be able to take care of all of them. And of course, Luna is a huge problem as well. And Matthew also sucks here, fails to kill Luna. So, with only Yulia left, magic damage dealer against a team with Luna on it, it's very unlikely I'm going to be able to get anywhere this way. So yeah, this is just a box I don't think I can do very well against, and there's nothing I can do about that. I probably should have shifted my box around after the first game, but I kind of made the assumption that maybe Cecil would shift around his box, so I decided to leave it alone. But, that's how it goes. Better luck next time. But, like I said, I'm probably going to reevaluate my box a bit. And I guess I am trying to upgrade Rio, because I am still going to be playing protagonist. Maybe Real can turn things around for me a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, guys.